that rhythm.
You having a giggle, mate? Are we gonna have a right gunfight? I came here for a gunfight. I forget the quote. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
It's what's his face? It's from the movie Legend.
Legend with Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise, mean Tom Hardy?
Oh, no, Tom Cruise.
Here, I'll post it. I came here for a gunfight. It's like him and a bunch of different mobsters were gonna have like a fight, and they came with like lead pipes and stuff and bats, and he was like he wanted to have a gunfight. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Who's Your Nerds. Hold on. I gotta introduce our new intro song.
Hold on. But The Hobbit, right?
We have
the
a new
intro song.
intro
I
song.
hopefully where everybody enjoyed, because I'm gonna try to implement it this time. Was give me a second. I gotta look it up really quick. Some of you OG people like Tim might recognize it.
You stole it?
I stole it because I don't give a shit, and I like it. I was listening to it on my car the other day, and I was like, you know what?
He's driving on top of his car, but
Caffeine Rush by Jacob Tilburg. That's the song. It's at least when we last used it, it's DRM free, and it's not like we make money off of it, so it can't really. I don't think you can take it from us.
I feel like I've heard it before.
If you've listened to the original podcast, you heard it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's been a while then.
Oh, that's like public domain music.
Yeah, basically. So hopefully I'm not talking out my ass right now. And
because I ain't heard shit from you, honestly.
What do you mean?
I don't hear no music. I don't hear a theme song.
Because it's going to be edited in, you know.
Oh!
The power of editing.
I thought you were going to play it for us right now.
Oh, no, I can. You want me to? Here.
No, it's too late. I don't care anymore.
Okay, well, the magic's gone. So, me and Kimberly went grocery shopping at Kroger's. And it's called On the Rocks Premium Cocktails. Like they sell just cocktails bottled. And they had the old fashioned on sale with Knob Creek. Not half bad, honestly.
Like slobbering and knob, don't you?
I'm not a fan of Knob Creek, but I love my old fashions. Anyways, I know Chris and I watched the new. Tim, be ready to talk about PAX East because I'm going to bring it up for you. But Chris and I watched Shazam 2. Shazam Fury of the Gods, which was honestly a great
freaking kick-ass movie.
So
much fun.
Honestly, yes. I've heard a lot of different, like, this is why I don't trust reviewers, because there's a lot of like reviews of, you know, people saying, oh, the movie sucked, blah blah blah. I'm like, but I watched it and it's fun, so I don't care.
It has a Metascore on IMDb of 47.
See, I don't get that.
And a 6.6 out of 10. I don't get that either. I would give it an 8.
I would give it a 8 lightning bolts out of 10.
It's really, really good. It's really, like, not to give anything away, but it's got a good balance of comedy, action, superheroism, good bad guys. I mean,
one thing that I don't know a lot of people knew was it was an original story. Like, if I remember correctly, the villains are actually like created by the writing staff, not, you know, ripped from a comic book series, which I thought was a great idea. You know, I think that's why I like the villain. villains.
Yeah, the Daughters
so
of
much.
Atlas do not appear in the comics, but are original characters created for the film.
Great idea. It worked.
Great idea.
Because how many times have we gone into comic book movies? We might not know the whole story, but we know enough of the story to get by. So,
I wonder why they went that route though. Like, why didn't they take something from the comics?
I mean, I only knew Shazam from the TV show, so
I only knew Shazam when he showed up randomly in Justice League episodes.
Yeah.
I never knew who Shazam was until then.
I think I only knew him from like the Mortal Kombat game.
Oh, the Injustice.
Yeah.
That's a great game, by the way. But no, it was a lot of fun. Like I couldn't. Lucy Liu plays a great villain.
so does Helen Mirren.
Yes. What else is Helen Mirren in? I can't think of it.
Like 8 billion different movies.
Yeah.
Hang on. Wasn't she in Red?
I just watched.
Oh
her
yeah,
in,
she was in Red.
I swear I just watched a movie with her.
Helen, she was in The Queen. She was in Red, Gosford Park, Hitchcock.
She was in the first Shazam.
No,
Was she?
okay. She's in 1923. The
Yeah, she's in
Yellowstone
1923.
prequel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She's
what I
in-
just watched her in.
She's in
Fast
Hobbs and
Furious,
Shaw.
Monsters University.
She was in the Red movies.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. That's not her, but
No.
this is what I'm thinking of. You
I
said
will
Monsters.
beat you because I've seen all of the Fast and Furious movies.
She plays the mom in National Treasure.
Yeah.
Nick Cage's mom.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
The
She's
Pledge.
just been in a bunch of movies.
Yeah. She's never like a main character either. She's always like a side character.
Well, she was in The Queen or The Crown or whatever.
True.
Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of stuff.
Caligula, that is a great series.
White Knights, Twilight. What was it?
Caligula. It was made in 1979, but it was a great series.
That's the porn movie.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it
is. Oh, it is.
I literally just listened to a podcast the other day where it talked about that.
She's in Excalibur too. That's a great movie.
I forgot that about
1981.
Caligula.
Excalibur, 1981. You should see it. It's really, really good. It's about King Arthur.
Have you guys heard of?
I wouldn't have guessed.
Have you guys heard of Deep
King of the
Throat?
Britons. What?
Deep Throat.
The movie or the person
Yeah,
who's
the movie.
giving away the secrets of the Watergate scandal?
No,
Or what you do with
Movie.
your spare time.
no.
So, what about the movie Deep Throat?
I listened to a podcast where it talked about that too.
Oh, they talked about Deep Throat and Caligula.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like naked all the way through Caligula.
Uh-huh.
You can see a naked, younger Helen Mirren in Caligula. Yeah, that was like borderline porn. It's got an all-star cast: Malcolm McDowell, Peter O'Toole, Helen Mirren, who was a hottie back in the day. And as suggestions, if you like Caligula, you might also like Madam Kitty, All Ladies Do It.
Yeah.
Cheeky, Paprika,
Cheeky Breaky.
Oh, that's spicy.
Mon Amour. Ooh. Snack Bar Budapest. Frivolous Lola. There's a whole. You could go all down a whole rabbit hole. Vampiros Lesbos. Hey, what's this about?
I'm in.
An erotic horror about a vixen vampirist seducing and killing women to appease Her insatiable thirst for female blood. Ew, I might have to find this one.
Could this be a Knotbuster, the return of the Knotbusters?
Yeah, we could not buster this one. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
I'm
watch
sure you.
this.
I'll show you. I'm sure you'll not buster it all over.
I'll save that one to the spank. I mean, not buster.
Watch the movie by candlelight, just me, bottle of lotion,
Some wine, some cheap wine.
some wine.
That got
That got a little
that got in
off.
the gutter quickly, didn't it?
Yep, just a little, but that's that's us. When we're all together, that's what happens.
But anyway, go see Shazam. It's really freaking good.
There's a lot of other movies that came out that are like, go see.
I went
Like,
to
I bet-
see Scream. I did go see Scream, Mikey.
Oh, that's good.
That's a good movie.
Uh-huh.
You're like, it is darker than the other ones. Like a little bit more vicious, a little less comedy. It's just. I mean, it needs to be an Oscar winner, but yeah, I like the story. I like the way they went that direction and everything. That was good.
Uh-huh.
So go see.
Could you predict any of it at all?
No, the first guy, they threw me off at first, and I was like, I knew somebody, one of them was tied in, I just didn't know how. Of course, it was, I should have seen it coming, but I wasn't thinking that much when I watched it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's got good cast. Jenna Ortega and Dermot Mulroney. My favorite Dermot Mulroney is Young Guns. Dirty Steve Dermot Mulroney, but he's a good actor. He usually plays love sucky movies. He was in the what was it? Family Stone. That's a good movie too. He was good in that too. But yeah, Scream's good. I got nothing until I don't know what comes out. Except I do want to see the Jennifer Lawrence movie. Have you seen the previews to that?
No, but I want to see the Dracula one.
Yes, that comes out in a couple weeks. No, the Jennifer Lawrence movie, like she answers this ad for these people. They have a 19-year-old, and they want him to date. So she starts trying to date this 19-year-old and get him laid, basically. And he doesn't want anything to do with her because she's 32 and he's 19. And it looks really funny though. So I'm all about that.
Sounds interesting, honestly.
It looks funny. It doesn't come out till June, but it looks pretty funny. We need a good comedy that's a little, not PC.
Is there ever a comedy that's not PC?
Yeah,
anymore?
Didn't you see that movie with Eddie Murphy and what's his name? Jonah Hill?
I mean, Undercover Brother was about as un-PC as you get.
Undercover Brother. That's 20-something years old, ain't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yo, Undercover Brother is amazing.
It's fantastic. I always wear my parachute pants underneath my pants. You never know when the man is gonna come. Not about it.
Quick sidebar: did you guys see Corner Kitchen burn down today?
I did. The one on the boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. They had really good food.
Did they?
Yeah.
I never went in
Boulevard?
there.
Oh,
I had been to the one on the
No,
north end in the old
Corner
Dairy
Kitchen.
Queen.
yeah, you said on Boulevard.
Yeah,
This one's on Boulevard.
right
Yeah.
by Kokomo High School.
Oh, okay.
Boulevard and Lincoln.
By the Boulevard and Boulevard and Berkeley.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
In a
Berkeley. Alright.
plaza. Yeah,
The
little
owners
hole
are like,
inside
"Well,
Berkeley.
I said fire sale. I didn't mean like this."
Luckily, there was nobody in there. I wonder how it started.
It's probably
Was
going to be
empty
an
at the time.
insurance thing. Let's be honest.
That's usually empty buildings, Chris, not businesses.
I've been hearing rumors that they're going to get shut down because they had no one to work there.
Shut up! Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Just saying, because you ain't even in town. How would you even hear that?
I got my sources.
You have corner kitchen sources.
I got Kokomo sources.
Yeah, quarter. It's like your whole mafia ran fish chicken and gyros.
You know it. It's a mafia. Go in there and ask for the special and see what you get. I see nobody ever at a fish chicken and gyro store, but yet they're on every stinking every other corner. Answer me that.
You have to
You're like,
go
yeah, can I
there
get the
and
special?
order.
And they just put
If
like
you
a
want to
Mac
know what
10
you
on
know what the
table.
special is, it's like anything. You have to order fried shrimp and French fries, and
It's a
then
Mac
you
10.
get the.
That's what the special is.
A what, Tim?
That's
A Mac 10.
They come
They
out with
just-
a
They wrap it up in
RPG and like
foil, and they give it to you.
well, you're a cop.
you have to tell me you're a cop. Well, I'm not a cop. They're on every stinking corner, and I never see anybody there. So riddle me that.
Anyway,
That is true. I don't ever see anybody in there. How's that one on 31 stay open?
Good
oh
question.
yeah,
Drugs out the
big
back.
place.
Mac
The one
10's
by
out
the
the
old
front.
the hot dog and suds place.
And then
10
Tech
on the
9's
side
out
of
the
my
side.
Is that one still open? The one at the dog and suds? Is it still
Yeah.
open? I never, ever in my life have I ever seen anybody in that place.
Riddle me that,
one on-
Batman.
The one, what?
Riddle me this, Batman.
I just want to know because I mean I see a few cars here and there in the
Yeah.
in the one on Fountain Street, but that's because just the guys are getting their mob hit orders probably while they're
No,
having
they're laundering their money. They're making a
some-
drop off.
some dry rows there. So
You know, we probably have a mobster listening to us just because of us bringing up their money laundering scheme.
and the FBI probably too.
Yeah, write that shit down. Write that shit
I
down.
mean, I'm
That's good
safe.
stuff.
I'm way over here. Ain't got to worry about me. You guys
He
are
lives in New Bedford, Mass.
Yeah,
Hold on, let me
we're
open up-
watching you. Yeah, right. You're like in the back door of Boston mobsters. What are you talking about? You're like in all Whitey Bulger's like area. Don't even go there. They're listening to you. They're listening to you play Madden and whatever the hell else you play at 3:00 in the morning on an 18-hour video game binge. They hear everything.
All right, boys. Tim, tell us about PAX East because none of us, go to PAX East.
What is
So
it?
So it's the PAX. It's on the east, and yeah. Nah, it was pretty good. We went up on.
Oh, I know what that's talking about.
Penny
Is that the
Arcade
video
Expo.
game online thing, like a expo kind of thing?
Excuse me. Yeah, we went up Wednesday night. Got there like a night early. Thursday, me, Bo, and Corey went up. I didn't like play any. They had like the Dead Island demo, so it was actually like the full game that you could play for like however long it was, like 20 minutes or something. I just watched somebody play because I didn't feel like waiting in line. Looks
Really,
pretty
that ain't bad.
good. It was like there wasn't like too many. Every year PAX gets like smaller and smaller, especially since COVID. Luckily, there was no vaccine mandate this year, although there was still a stupid mask mandate. But
Are you kidding me?
yeah,
In 2023, there's a mask mandate still?
I mean, I can kind of maybe see it because there's like 5,000 friggin' people on the floor at one time. You're like shoulder to shoulder with people a lot of the time, but
Yeah. Have you seen the Taylor Swift concerts?
oh yeah, no, I'm just.
Come to Indiana. Ain't nobody care about masks.
You don't nobody gives a shit about
I
that.
mean, I was saying to Bo, like, we work at a hospital and they're not even as, I mean, like, I still wear my mask at work, but like, I had my, I'm sure you guys know, like, your mask slowly, like falls down your
It
face.
becomes a chin diaper.
Yeah, it becomes a chin diaper and your nose is sticking out. And like, as soon, like, stupid PAX quote unquote enforcer was hey, pull your mask up. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, I work at a hospital. Okay, if anything, I brought COVID and I'm infecting everybody. So leave me alone.
So what is it like? Do they talk about like? Do they like announce new games or releasing of games?
Yeah,
And
Bo went to a couple. They don't really like announce games unless you go to like the panels. Like I think Bo went to a WWE panel and like Xavier Woods, who is like the lead designer, or he's like a lead person in the making of that new WWE game that came out. That's like a huge hit.
Isn't
Like
he like a huge gamer too?
yeah, he's a wicked good gamer, so he's like perfect for that for being in that role. It's really nice to see.
so
So
was this last week?
one of these, yeah, it was over the weekend. We just got
Oh,
back.
that makes sense because I remember I was talking about the IndyCar game, right? With the motorsports games.
Yeah,
They just announced, and I don't know if it had to do with this show or not, but they announced that they did not have the cash to develop a game this year, and they're hoping, quote unquote, the new IndyCar game gets released next year.
Sure. I'll believe it
so
when we see it.
so let
So
me
I don't think it's ever getting released, but I'm wondering if it had to do with part of this with what he's the Pax East. I wonder if that's what he's talking about.
did you see some of the loot that I got, Chris, on Snapchat?
I looked at some of it. Yeah, I kind of forget some of it though.
They give you free stuff.
There's like free stuff somewhere. Like I haven't gotten a like bunch of free stuff since we flew to Seattle and we went to PAX Prime. Um, that year I came back with like maybe 11 or 12 free T-shirts and a bunch of other
Holy
free.
crap!
Yeah. Ever since then, like it's gotten less and less and less, and now you don't. This year
Do
I
they
got
have vendors there? Do they sell like video game like shirts and
yeah. That's because
like
that's where
a
I get.
Comic-Con kind of?
Yeah, it's where I get all like my gaming shirts and stuff. Like I'll put a few pictures in the. Are we not friends on Snapchat, Chris?
No, we're not.
All right, I'll
Do that.
I'll do that and I'll send you the pictures so you can see some
Hi.
of the stuff that I got.
Okay.
But yeah, Chris, what do you know about the Logitech little handheld? I don't want to call it a Steam Deck because I don't know if that's what it is, but there was
Um,
there was a
I
booth.
don't know much. I know people are kind of hyped for it, but at the same time, it's kind of going under or known.
So there was a booth at PAX. Me and Bo were like on our way out. I think it was Friday, and I happened to see it, and I was like, "Hey, before we leave, like let's just walk in that direction." And we walk over, and it's essentially Switch sized, and it is a handheld thing that connects to your Steam and your Xbox account, so you can play your games on this handheld device. So like I told Bo, I was like, hey, if I could play my Xbox games like on a little, you know what I mean? Like remember how the PS Vita or the PSP connected to the PlayStation? You didn't need to download games,
Hmm.
especially with cloud gaming now. A lot of games you don't even have to download the game. You can just play the game from the cloud. So if that's the like Bo ended up just me going and like sitting there with Bo and like or like looking at it with Bo and talking to him. He bought it that night in the hotel room. He went onto the website and bought it.
Really?
So I'm gonna see what Bo's like when Bo gets it. I'm gonna see like how it works and stuff like that. And I might be getting one of those because that's pretty cool if I could just play Xbox like on the go. Because I can play it on my phone. Like I can play a lot of games on my phone.
Yeah.
But then you have to use the stupid screen or me bring a controller with me.
You can always get what's it called, like an X Bone.
Yeah, that goes around your phone. But then again,
Yeah.
I still have to carry like a attachment. If I
Yeah.
have like I carry my Switch like to work and stuff like that because I have a little case for it. I can put it in my backpack. I don't like bringing my controller to work because I just am tossing my controller in my bag and the sticks are gonna bend and shit like that. So
I mean, you can actually
I
turn it on by accident too and run the batteries down.
there's no way you could turn an Xbox controller on by accident.
Put a pressure on it. Can't
I
do.
it'd have to be at that specific point, and you have to hold it down for like 3 or
Well,
4.
I know that.
he's being devil's advocate. Don't pay him no mind.
What is it? The devil's butthole.
Yeah.
Butthole.
Were
They
there
never
any,
ran the
any
batteries down on a TV remote or anything by the way it laid or got wedged in somewhere.
you're
'Cause the
sitting on
buttons
it,
are
you don't
pushed down.
realize it, and all of a sudden.
Yeah. You could do the Xbox that way too.
Were there any other cool things there, Tim?
I mean, like, there's always cool stuff there. I wish I could go in with like $10,000 and buy everything I want. But
Do celebrities come to this thing?
yeah, Xavier Woods. Oh, Xavier. Yeah, there was like a few like famous like streamers and like online personalities or whatever you call. I forget who they are. Bo knows their names. I don't.
So they're like big time gamers then, basically.
So yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
go and
They're
they have
influencers. They're online influencers.
it's more of
Yeah.
like a gamer and like streamer thing than it is. They have like
like PewDiePie used to be.
PewDiePie probably would have
Yeah,
gone to that, but he's too big for it.
Yeah, he would have gone. Someone like that is like they go and they'll like like in certain spots or like rooms throughout the convention center they have like autograph signings and you can like or it's like just like rooms where they're like sitting down and just kind of like chatting with the audience and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then they also have like tons and tons of rooms with just PCs set up. So you can just like they have like their like everything already set up for you. So that way you can just like bring your like my buddy brings his Xbox or whatever and they connect it to like all of the different they'll play like a huge local area network game. Like a
Don't
big
people like stream from the floor too?
there's people walking around with like their live stream like setups, which it used to be like, people with like huge cameras walking around. Now you can get like the same quality through like a little GoPro. It's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Right.
that's how Doc got banned for like a month from Twitch. So I don't know. There was a streamer, and his name was like Doc. I forget his full name, but that's like his shortened name. And he like walked into the bathroom while live streaming Chris and got like banned for like a month.
That's awesome.
No, PAX East used to be a lot bigger. Like I used to know a lot of like the big streamers and YouTubers I follow used to go to it, and now it's like I don't want to say no one goes to it because it's definitely still big.
I mean, I go for like I tell Bo, like, especially some like games and stuff. If a game is coming out, something like Dead Island, I'm not going to stand in line and wait an hour or 40 minutes to play a game for 15 minutes that's going to come out in 2 months that I'm going to play for 100 hours. It's just not worth.
It's just
my
as cool to sit there and see it like in person.
time. But like when we went to something like PAX is always bigger when like something's right around the corner. So an example is when we went to Prime, we went in, it was like the first week of September, last week of August or something like that. And it was in 2011 and it was 3 months before all the new consoles came out.
Yeah, that was like right before. I remember like you guys are like sending stuff of like Xbox Ones and PlayStation 4s. And I remember like all the big games were there, like Call of Duty, Battlefield.
They had people there to like make sure that you weren't like, I mean, like you could get away with taking some pictures, but they didn't want you taking like
Hey,
long videos.
hey Tim, your mic's all messed up. You sound like you're talking down a tunnel.
I was kind of far away. Is it better now?
No, he's messed up for you guys too, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he just dipped. Think PAX is more like VidCon or not VidCon. What's the convention that happens in like late June,
like
early
Gen
July?
Con.
No. Yeah, you sound better.
There you go.
It's the
It's
one
not
where like
like
a lot of
Gen Con?
YouTubers come to. No, not Gen Con. Gen
Oh,
Con's
Indie
board gaming.
PopCon.
Yeah, PopCon. It's more PopCon than
Yeah,
anything.
but we get celebrities at Indie PopCon.
True. I really want to go to Gen Con, but Gen Con legit takes
Too many gingers. I'm all set.
Tim, Gen Con is the largest
Gen
board game.
and Gen like generation.
It's the largest board game and like trading card
So
convention
that's
in the
another
world.
thing. That's another thing that PAX has. There's like a huge board game section. That's like one of my favorite sections. Like where people are like promoting their like, whether it be like their homemade games or like other like, small time. I don't really know like the board game world, but like there's like almost like an indie board game like section.
Yeah.
It's where I get
Some-
like a lot of my like dice, and I bought like 3 or 4 like dice bags with like wizard and warlock and mage written on it.
Douchebags?
I
Bags.
I had to quit. I don't want to say I quit playing D&D, but I'm like taking a hiatus from it right now
I don't even
because
Possessed by
D&D,
Satan,
I
and
just
that's why
like
you had to take a break?
I just like collecting dice. So
no, since we're driving to Kokomo so much, it's just hard for me to play, and I haven't had the urge to play it. Like
Somebody put a
we'd get
spell on
home,
you in the game. Like,
we'd
this
get
is
home, and it was
shitty.
like 20 minutes later, I had to start like a 3-hour D&D session.
my buddy actually bought at PAX. They had like pre-made D&D campaigns, like a bunch of different campaigns that were pre-set up, and you could just go through and play them.
Those are fun, but I also like the ones that are like
Well, it gives you it's a structured campaign, and then there's like different parts of it that you can customize that you can customize and stuff.
let's
So
be honest, we
pretty
don't.
cool.
As soon as it opens up, we don't do what they wanted you to do.
I can promise right now that I'm setting everything on fire.
Me and in the last in one of the D&D days I had, the guy says we had like a 4 or 5 hour like mission set up, and we beat it in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do after that. He's like, I did not expect you guys to do it, but it worked. And I'm not mad. I just I didn't have anything else planned.
Who spent more money at PAX?
Bo.
That's what I thought.
It's always
So-
Bo.
Yeah.
So here's I wasn't gonna say anything,
Do you
but
count that Logitech as a PAX purchase?
Oh yeah, yep. So all right, so I wasn't gonna say anything, but since you brought it up, we were so we got there on Wednesday night. Corey and Bo drove up early because Corey was going up and Bo wanted to go with him. Me and Brad were just like chilling. I was kind of being lazy. I wanted to miss the traffic, the Boston traffic, because I don't feel like dealing with any of that bullshit.
Yeah.
And because it turns like a 45-minute drive into a 2-hour drive. It's just awful. Me and Brad got there in probably 40 minutes. It's probably the fastest time I've ever gotten to Boston. We left at like 8 o'clock, so we missed all the traffic.
At night? I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get there and we all like hung out in the hotel room and stuff like that. And then Thursday, PAX open. So the doors open at 8 to get into the building. And then 10 o'clock is when the convention floor opens up, when you can go into the actual like and see like everything. So they wanted to go early so they could like get in, stuff like that. I don't want to wake up. I'm on vacation. I'm not trying to wake up early and go
Yeah.
to this wait
Tim,
out and
You would not survive with us. We're there like doors
wait.
open at 9. I used to get there at like 7.
Well, like I can do well that like I said, I'm not going to like play games and wait in line and stuff like that. I'm going to like
Yeah.
walk around, look at everything, like just enjoy what's around and stuff like that. See what I want to buy, see what I want but I can't buy.
Yeah.
Just just see everybody's cosplay things. I got there at 1 o'clock. And I had done everything I wanted to do on the first day. I bought everything I wanted to on the first day. And I was done by like maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock. Me and Bo walked around for like another like maybe half hour. And then we left together. Corey ended up coming home because his wife is pregnant and almost ready to have her baby. So, so in that 3 hours that Bo was at PAX and I was asleep / just hanging out in the hotel room waiting to go, Bo, when I got there, had like 8 bags, and they were like not like little tiny like grocery bags, like small bags, like giant, huge bags that like people bring to like Macy's, get at Macy's, and like these gigantic bags stuff like that, and they're all filled with just tons of shit. He must have spent like easily $1,000 in 3 hours.
His bank was probably what are you doing?
I think he posted on Snapchat like it was like 3170 or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if that included his if that like included like the hotel and stuff like that, or if he was just counting like, or if that was just what he spent in stuff. I probably
I wouldn't be surprised if that was just what he spent at, not including any of the hotels. I wouldn't be
like
surprised.
700. I think I was probably at like 700.
That's nuts.
I spend like 100 at Comic-Con and I'm like sweating.
Yeah.
Well, like I don't really.
Well, that's
Guys,
a set of glasses and a pair of dice for you, Chris.
I don't buy anything throughout the year like ever for myself besides games. So like I get
Yeah.
like I bought 3 I'm sure you guys saw like those Pokemon jerseys that
Yeah.
they're essentially, they're like soccer jersey material. So like those are like pretty cool. Like I'll wear those. I bought like a bunch of t-shirts and stuff like that. So I'm a t-shirt guy, so it's where I get a lot of t-shirts.
Chim Pokemon.
Chim Pokemon.
Chim Pokemon. You know what Chim Pokemon means?
Powers.
It means, I saw it on TikTok. Chim Pokemon means little penis.
Oh, you have
Oh my
big
gosh.
penis.
So they were talking about it. Matt and Trey were talking about Chim Pokemon, and they said it means little penis.
Oh my god. So I got something I've been thinking about. I'm switching gears to the football now. 'Cause
Already?
yeah. Unless you guys still want to talk about games or
Oh, you're
something.
good.
No, go ahead.
Uh,
I'm just curious.
Because I was listening to the Pat McAfee show today, and it was yesterday's show, but they're talking about, of course, Lamar Jackson, because that was the story yesterday, and how the Colts, it'd be a good fit for the Colts, like one of the best choices so far for the Colts, because the Colts have the 4th pick, and if they were to choose a quarterback and not move up at all, then that quarterback probably isn't going to be a starter. And they'll have to choose. They'll have to start Gardner Minshew.
Right, which isn't a bad move.
No, and I'm learning to accept that. Like right now, I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem bad.
A bad quarterback.
No, that's why
Not-
I'm like, okay,
not
it's not
nasty, but
bad. Yeah,
good.
but it's like if they were to trade, because then they were talking to Zach Kiefer, who's a reporter for the Colts, the Athletic or whatnot.
Right.
He was saying that if the Colts go after Lamar Jackson, it'll be because they didn't get the guy they wanted in the draft or something, or maybe they didn't get to move up or something. But
Did you see what Ursay said
but
about?
if it happens after the draft, hold on. If it happens after the draft, then of course they'll have to trade a future like 1st-round pick, of course, and they have a bunch of money, but they'll have. I think what happens if they don't choose a quarterback at the 4th slot, hoping they can get Lamar, and then maybe they'll choose one with one of their later picks, but that'd be dumb. So I'm thinking,
I'm guessing they'll draft.
yeah, they'll need to draft a QB no matter what. That case, if Lamar doesn't ever sign with them.
Did you see what Ursay said about Lamar? He didn't say it about Lamar. He just said it.
No.
Ursay is not. He thinks that guaranteed contracts are a really bad idea.
I think most owners think they are.
I know Chris Ballard
all
is like.
slave owners.
I know the GM, Chris Ballard. He's like, from what Pat said, he's exploring that option, of course. Like,
I would love to see Jack. I wouldn't mind seeing Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. I think he'd be awesome.
It's like any quarterback would get. Like I'll be their biggest fan. Like I was a Matt Ryan fan. No matter what, I'll be their fan until I'm not.
It's a lot of money for the Colts, of course, is going to be, and they're
Yeah.
already
They-
coughed up so much. But
Don't they say they have it though?
I'm
They
sure
have it.
they
They
do.
have the Colts have one of the largest cap spaces in the league.
They probably
Wow.
have top 5 available, at least. But I
I'm
mean,
I'm
it's
looking at the list. right now.
finally worth it to finally throw down money if they're trying to get Lamar. He's young.
But
He's
the
already
Colts
Yeah,
are-
MVP.
would Lamar want to go? I mean, do they have the weapons for him to throw to?
Colts are seventh. They have 20
Yeah.
million in cap space.
And that's the thing. Yeah, that too. Who knows if Lamar Jackson will? I don't know if he can even accept the trade. If he can deny the trade, I don't know. You'd have to. It's either like even if the Colts were the ones that say we take him, and the Ravens say okay we could trade to you. I mean, can Jackson not
players
accept
have
and just sign the franchise tag?
I
some
don't.
players have a no trade clause. Where
Yeah, he doesn't have a no
they
trade
have
clause.
the say.
So okay.
Yeah,
So
it
okay.
depends. He doesn't have a no trade clause.
No, he doesn't. I don't think there's any no trade clauses in the
If
NFL.
he doesn't have an agent, so
Yeah, there
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, there is.
Derek Carr had one.
Oh,
Yeah, there are teams that have them.
Who else needs a quarterback? I know they keep on saying Washington, but they're in limbo because they don't really have an owner. They're up for
I mean,
sale. So
Panthers
Jackson
need
ain't going to
one.
Washington.
Of course, Panthers need one, but everyone's saying they're going to choose one at their number one slot.
Although that's why they
pick.
get the number one. Isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, if they can get Lamar, they can potentially trade number one.
That's true too.
But a lot of people think it's best for them just to start out, just go ahead and start out young and build around that. But who knows?
Yeah, I don't. How old
You got a
is
new owner.
when
You got
does
a new
Lamar
owner
end?
in Carolina and new staff and everything. So
He's in his third or fourth year, right? Lamar Jackson is. Has he been playing that long?
he's been playing. Yeah, I would say
Well, yeah, I'd say-
at least
I'd
4
say around
years,
3
probably
plus.
6, probably close to that. Because he's got an MVP.
I don't remember
Well,
how long he's.
I mean, he saw how much Deshaun Watson got guaranteed for Cleveland. So
Yeah,
it kinda-
yeah,
that's-
because Cleveland's a
it
bunch of
screwed the
dum-dums.
rest of it. Screwed the whole market up because
Yeah.
now everybody's going to want guaranteed money. So
Yep.
that's going to be the issue.
And the NFLPA is telling him to go for it.
I agree that they should have guaranteed money, but their contracts are too high in general.
He's
So
played 4 years. He was drafted in 2018.
Yep.
Okay.
So I don't know, but there's that. But if he's only played 4 years and he wants to trade already and wants to get out instead of being the guy for a team that they can build around, is that a guy you want to bring in? You know what I mean?
See, I don't know why he would.
Is he going to want to
leave.
go away in a couple of years?
I don't know why
Is
he
that-
would want to leave Baltimore because
yeah, but a lot of teams aren't looking for like a quarterback to have for 10 years. They're looking to win within a lot of teams play the short game. Like we need to build a team in 4 years and then we have a shot for 2. And
yeah,
then
look
we
at the
go-
Colts right the last
and
few
build
years.
it like the Rams did. Like build a team for a couple years. Once you get it, then your window is, it's still short, but you have the pieces. You can try to win in like the 2 or 3 years that you got the team, and then your team's going to be in shambles for 4 years, and then you got to start all over.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you have Lamar too, like if the Colts get Lamar, which would be cool, then
Well,
you're going to
sign
want
Lamar for,
people.
like, a 4 year
You're gonna
deal.
have players want to come to Indianapolis to play with Lamar,
Yeah. So like you get them for
so you
one.
can pull a wide receiver.
People
or a
see
tight
how
end.
good he is on the team.
Right.
And then the following year, you get like better people that come to your team, and then you try to win in that 2, 3, 4 year slot, and then Lamar can opt out of year 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. As long as we don't have to do a guaranteed contract because he is one hit away.
Maybe that's why he wants a guaranteed contract because he knows
I mean,
that.
I don't blame him for going for the
Which is
money.
why I feel like quarterbacks and like most players should have guaranteed money because it's kind of bullshit. Like, they're out there.
Yeah, but he wants a full guarantee. He don't want
One thing
I don't-
to-
I'm
he don't
not
want $100
against-
million deal and $30 million of it be guaranteed. He wants all $100 million of it guaranteed.
I'm all for him going for the money, but at the same time, the team doesn't want to do that because say he gets hurt, well then you're screwed $100 million.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Say he pulls an Andrew Luck, well you're screwed. $200 million.
Well, like the guaranteed money just means that it moves from their salary to their signing bonus, like to the bonus that they get every single year. So, like your
Yeah,
first
but
year, you
they're
make like
guaranteed. So every contract
guaranteed
has
to
like
pay, yeah.
clauses built in. This thing. Guaranteed means they're guaranteed the entire value, not.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that your team's $100 million in the whole year one. It just means the first year, if you spent the salary on them plus like the guaranteed money. If they don't play, then they lose part of the salary, but they still gain the guaranteed money. So out of that 100 million the first year, it goes like high to low. So or it goes low to high, but it depends on how they like set it up. So the first year might be, 30 million guaranteed. Second year would be like 25. The third year would be like 15. The fourth year would be 10, and then it would add up to 100 million guaranteed over the course of 5 seasons.
It's still a lot of money locked
It
up.
is still a lot of money, but it's not like as much as it sounds on paper when they write it down, because they obviously, they want to make things sound more gargantuan in size when they write articles and stuff like that.
What?
Like,
Well, it's like when they
how,
release.
articles will mislead you in like a title head, like, oh, Lamar Jackson guaranteed $100 million, when it's like you're not going to lose $100 million this season, but that's how the like article makes it sound, but it's really
Well,
spread out
and it's
over the course of
also
time.
when they talk about contract size, the contract might be worth $100 million, but that's $100 million if he reaches the Pro Bowl and gets that, or if he
Right.
gets like 30 touchdowns and 100,000
Which all like factors into like their salary and stuff like that, which is why they want more bonus just in case they get hurt or their team is shitty and they don't hit those goals. Now they're not making their money because the team is garbage. So that's why they want
maybe
guaranteed.
he should make the team better.
I mean, there's only so much you could do. Look at fucking Derek Carr.
Look at Peyton Manning. He made
Wasn't a shot at you, Chris. I was complimenting Derek Carr right there, just so you
Oh
know.
no, I don't know. Hey, I got it.
Has Derek Carr signed somewhere yet?
Yeah, Nolan's.
Nolans?
Yeah.
Yeah, the New Orleans waste department. Boom! There you go. There's your result. Lord giveth and the Lord fucking taketh away.
I hope
the-
he wins.
did-
here.
Did New Orleans? Do they even have a team? Does Mister?
Yeah, the New Orleans Saints. They've been around for a long time. Peyton Manning's
Oh,
dead. But
shut up! Does what's his face, the 5-yard slant route guy, even play anymore?
Who's that?
Michael Thomas. All he does is run slants.
Hey, you can talk shit.
I don't know who they got. They got Alvin Kamara, right?
Kamara's at the end of his life. I shouldn't say that. He's at the
Did he
end
get
of
arrested?
his.
Did he just get arrested?
I don't know. All I know is Michael Thomas hasn't played in 2 years, and all he does is run slants.
And that's all you need.
I don't know. I'm not a Saints guy, so I don't watch them. So.
Guaranteed. If you can guaranteed 7 yards a slant, that's 7 yards. Michael Thomas.
Yeah, but
he had like however many. He had like a 97% completion.
Well, that was with Drew Brees, and he hasn't played since Drew Brees retired.
Oh, Michael Thomas.
I don't know. I'm a big Michael Thomas is overrated guy.
It was like, hey, I want to be a Cowboy for one more year. I would take Fitz, and Fitz is retired.
Fitzmagic?
Yes. Like,
I think
no,
I
not
think almost
Fitzpatrick.
anybody would take
Not-
Fitzmagic.
not-
He's a
not-
solid backup.
No, Fitzgerald, Larry Fitzgerald. If he came back and was like, "Hey, I want to play one more year. I want to be on the Cowboys," I would take him.
Is Ty still on your team?
No, but we ended up getting Brandon Cooks.
If you guys don't make the Super Bowl this year, I will be completely surprised.
I just want to see him win one time before I die. I'm not asking for a
Are
lot.
you a Cubs fan?
Just one time. A Chicago Cubs fan?
No, I'm making a joke because Mikey got to see the Cubs win a world
Oh.
championship. Now he can
mean,
die in
like,
peace.
The Cowboys have won in my life, but I was 1, 2, and 4 when they
I don't
won.
count that because
I
you're
didn't
not
really
old
get-
enough to care.
I didn't really get to like enjoy. I did get to enjoy like late '90s Cowboys. That's when I started watching, and they weren't like nasty, but they still had Aikman for like one. Was it Aikman? I think for like one more year, and not Emmett. Whoever the receiver was. Was that not Irvin? Yeah, Irvin was still playing. He was on he was on the Cowboys, and they went to the Eagles.
You got to enjoy them Tony
I got-
Romo
I
years.
got to enjoy them when I was like young, but like I was still too young to like love football. I was just watching it with like my cousin.
You
So-
watched it with your family because that was fun to do.
Yeah, so like I didn't really get to. I just want to be able to like break down in tears that my team won a Super Bowl while I was watching.
I haven't
I
been able
really-
to
I
experience
I
it
got
since
I
I
got
was
to I got
11
to
years
experience
old,
that.
12
I
years
really
old.
thought this was the year. I was so upset. I thought this was it. We had the team, we had the people. Just and it wasn't like there was no like officiating bullshit this year. I mean, there was missed calls on both sides of the game. Can't complain when they're
You were just outplayed.
cool. It was just bad fucking luck. Like just a bad game by a couple people, an average game by a couple people. A few people had like
That's all it takes.
yeah, I mean that's how you win a Super Bowl. You have to win a Super Bowl by everybody playing at their best.
That's right.
And it's just, especially when it's like key players that aren't playing at their best. But I forgive him.
I mean, look at the Colts with the Super Bowl they won. Peyton Manning wasn't having a great game. He should not have won MVP. It should have been the running back Rhodes. But that's what happens. Everybody steps up when one person isn't playing the best.
And like I feel confident enough that if we made it to the Super Bowl, we could have beat a team like the Chiefs. We could have beat a
You have
team
the defense for it.
like I believe that like if we made it to that stage that my team would
They were beatable in the Super
rise
Bowl. They really
above
were.
the occasion and beat that because we're the kind of team that ends up beating like the 6-0 team that 6-0 and the Cowboys are 3-3 and somehow they come out like they did it against the Colts,
Oh.
they did it against the Pats, they did it
You mean
against
the Colts, the worst team in the league, but somehow beat the best teams in the league?
They always
So-
beat the Chiefs. They've got
So,
the Chiefs
I feel
number.
confident that if we made it there, we could have beat one of those teams. It's just making it over that freaking hurdle of like the divisional game.
It's like
Yeah.
watching the Raiders every week, Tim. It really is. It's
It's okay. That's just like a Cowboys fan, though. It's what I signed up for. It's what I'm gonna live the rest of my life. So
We all signed up. We all
we
have
all
the
signed up.
opportunity.
We all have our
I don't
teams.
get to see him win this time. Maybe I'll get to see him the next time around I go in life. So
Hey, the one time the Super Bowl is like in Boston for whatever reason, you that's the year they'll be there, and you'll be like, I am going into debt to buy these tickets.
Yeah, and they'll lose like 62-3.
Tim,
I want to go see like a game in Dallas and like go to the stadium and see like the beautiful stadium that Jerry Jones spent
honestly,
a gajillion dollars on.
I would love to go to the Jerry World.
Like they have like a huge Hall of Fame like section because Cowboys have like I don't know if they have the most, but they have an ass ton of people in the Hall of Fame. Whether it's like the actual Hall of Fame and then you have like a team's Hall of Fame.
That's where you go in and all you like blow other Cowboy fans about how great you just blow each other because
That's what I That's what I
Is that what the
want.
Hall of Fame room is? Just
I want to do. You walk into this room and there's just a bunch of knee pads everywhere, so nobody's knees get hurt.
Assume the position.
How about them Cowboys?
That's what, so we say before we go
Is that the
to
pickup
FC,
line? That's the
and
pickup
then,
line, right? When you walk in. How about them
and then
Cowboys?
we all get on a plane and go to Epstein Island.
All right. On that note, let's change it away from Epstein's Island. Because Epstein didn't kill himself.
Let's talk about Kokomo losing the high school state basketball championship.
Yeah, because Obadunga Binga, whatever his name was, did not impress me at all.
He got 19 points, and he was quadruple teamed. He played really good, other than free throws. So they lost 53-41. Ben Davis, the first team to ever go undefeated. That's pretty impressive.
That's actually surprising.
But with a team like Ben Davis, they're in Indianapolis. It's just like the school. I was telling Chris this the other day. It's just like the school there is the only one that gets excited about it. If Kokomo wins, the whole city's behind them. The whole city's excited about it.
Shit, Kokomo shut down on Saturday.
I'm sure it did. That's because everybody was at the frickin' Cambridge Fieldhouse. But they shot 2 for 13 from free throw range. They lose by 12, and they shoot 2 for 13 from free throw. One, they're called free throws for a purpose. It's a free shot. How do you miss that many free shots? Plus, they were like 1 for 9 or 1 for 16 or something from 3-point range. So they couldn't get anything to fall. There were some touchy fouls here and there, but that kind of went both ways. But they just couldn't get them to fall. So, oh well. Now we go back. Maybe they'll be next year. We get him back next year.
There's
There's
always
like 2 or 3. Yeah, there's always next year. But I don't know if I'll even see a high school win a state championship in my lifetime. The last time they won it was 1961. So, my dad saw them win.
And he was but a wee child. Huh?
No, he was. Was it 61? He was 19 when they won the championship. They went when he was in high school. They went to the state championship and they lost in '59. They won 2 years later, so there's still a chance. But
I can picture your dad in like 20 years. Like, I remember when I was 19.
They still talk about that team, dude. They had a guy, Jimmy Rail, no lie, and my dad will even attest to this. He would step across the half court line and shoot it and just bucket every time. It was like watching Steph Curry, like no lie. Like I've seen books talk about him doing that. He played for IU. He still holds a scoring record. Jimmy Rail, still from Kokomo, still holds a scoring record at IU, even in 3-point. That's without a 3-pointer. Imagine how many points he would have had as if they'd had a 3-point line back then. But he's still a scoring leader for IU, and that's before the 3-point line was instituted. So probably double what he probably has now. I think he had a short stint with the Pacers. But yeah, Kokomo lost, so that sucked ass. So, but maybe next year. So.
Oh well. He's only a sophomore in his brother, or he's only a junior in his brother's joint.
He's a junior. Yeah, he's a junior. And like every D1 coach was at frickin' Cambridge that night. Kentucky's coach was there. Juwan Howard was there from Michigan. I mean, everybody was there. They were all lined up.
Everybody saw him in Kokomo too.
Yeah, well, they were in Huntington too. I know Matt Painter showed up at Huntington. So they went and seen him play. He had a good game, but man, they were beating him up underneath, and they were double and triple teaming him. So you can't expect anybody to do that. I mean, nobody's Jordan. So
I'm Jordan. All right. Anybody have any shower thoughts? If not, I will.
Won't
I
eat
will-
tacos on the toilet.
Eat,
Yeah,
he said
tacos sound
eat
good,
tacos
don't they?
on the toilet.
Yeah, I got a shower thought. Don't eat freaking White Castle at 12:30 at night and then go to bed. My stomach was all jacked up all day Sunday from freaking White Castle at 12:30 at night. So there you go. It
Like
was
what?
good.
Yeah, you don't.
It was
I mean,
worth it.
what time did you go to bed?
It was like at 1:15.
Yeah, that's like you got.
I couldn't
I mean,
stay
if
up
you,
any
yeah,
longer.
yeah.
It's been
If
a
you
long
had
day.
if you had White Castle at 12:30, that's only 45 minutes. That's
Yeah.
no.
I ate, watched a few minutes of TV, and went to bed. That was my mistake. So I don't regret it. It was good. White Castle's so good, man. Sliders with cheese.
No, you're not supposed to get cheese. You don't need all that extra calories.
White
That's
Castle
probably the
sucks.
only thing on that sandwich that was healthy besides the onion.
Hey, the burger is healthy. It's just greasy.
And I had cheese sticks too. I had mozzarella sticks too.
Oh my
I-
gosh.
mean, I like White Castle. It's either like really good or just like really bad because like the last time I had it, like the bread was kind of stale and it was like
Really? I think like late at night, they get them more fresh because I don't think
yeah.
I think they're a little. Like I stood in line, like there were 4 cars in front of me, so I think you can get a little fresher. It probably depends on time of day, like anything. But damn, they were
Yeah.
good. So that's my shower thought.
Well, we'll leave it there. Thank you for listening to the podcast. You can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube, and you can listen to us at most of your favorite podcasting sites. Amazon, TuneIn Radio, iTunes, and
iTunes.
Spotify.
There you
Spotify.
go. Spotify.
That's where I listen to all mine is Spotify.
Spotify. Spotify.
That's where I listen to it. And that's where you can find Hoosier Nerds Podcast.
Rhythm.